Hello everybody, and welcome to another DACman Productions video. In this video, we will be reviewing the second run of the Lionel 86-foot high cube boxcars. I have done a review already, and I noticed a couple other people have as well. But the review video does not touch base with facts about the prototypical version of the 86-foot boxcar. And that's something I'm starting to include in my review videos, or fun facts about the prototypical version of what I'm showing you. So today we will be reviewing the Lionel DT&I high cube boxcars, which is included in the second run. But first, before we do, I want to tell you some fun facts about the 86-foot high cube boxcars. Railroads really use these. They were used for auto parts, and some railroaders nicknamed them the rolling warehouse. The real four-door 86-foot boxcar, which would be this version here. These boxcars were for Ford and Chrysler products. The 8-door version were used by GM plants. However, Chevy itself did not use only 8-door cars. They used cars of both the 8-door and the 4-door. Could be seen at the Chevy plant in Janesville, Wisconsin, when it was still open. Flint, Michigan was home to two major GM plants, one for Buick and the other was for Chevrolet. The Buick plant served exclusively by the C&O, with the Chevy plant being served by the Grand Trunk Railroad. Since the C&O never had 8-door high cube cars in its roster, though the B&O did, and the GTW had plenty of them, it makes sense, the differing plants. During the 80s, the auto industry unfortunately downsized, and the 86-foot boxcars were no longer needed. Some of them were diverted into non-auto parts use. Some went into serial hauling. Some hauled scrap paper. Some have hauled tires, and even tissue paper for companies like Kimberly-Clark. So many of the surviving 8-door cars were rebuilt into 4-doors. Union Pacific did a large number of these conversions with the cars that had operated on many different railroads. Many of those conversions ended up on the Norfolk Southern's roster. It would seem that UP, Canadian National, CSX, and Norfolk Southern own most of what's left of them. BNSF, Kansas City Southern don't have any, and Canadian Pacific only has a handful left. CSX has rebuilt some ex-Conrail high cubers and relettered them as NYC and even made them taller. The Railroad Museum of Pennsylvania did have a Conrail 86-foot high cube boxcar donated to them in 2010. This Conrail version is actually 8-door and is in the Conrail Quality road name. I'm not sure if the museum still has possession of it, because I know they were selling off some equipment to fund a new roundhouse. So here's a picture, which is courtesy of DACman Productions, of the Conrail Quality 86-foot high cube boxcar at the Railroad Museum of Pennsylvania. So here are the Lionel DT&I 86-foot high cube boxcars. These are part of the second production run that Lionel has come out with. And so here are your different colors that Lionel did make them in. You have this pink, green, and blue. There's also a blue and graffiti for those who are interested in having graffiti cars in our layout. I didn't buy it. It's not for me, not that there's anything wrong with it, but they do have a graffiti car if you so desire to buy one. I did go out on the internet and found that these DT&I cars were actually painted in these colors. DT&I actually did have a pink high cube, a green one, and a blue one. I will show you a photo of the prototypical pink one right now. I also stumbled upon a picture of the blue version. It had black doors instead, but here you go. Here's a photo of it right here. Now, I already made a couple different videos of running these, and also a couple videos on some tips and fixes. Lionel does have on our website that these will run on 054. I have found that you are actually better off running them on 072. The box cars themselves are really nice detailed, and we will be taking a closer look at them. The steps are not molded in, they are separately applied details. You can see the actual graphics are really good. They have end-sill grates. They feature, which I'll give you a closer look at, but they do feature die-cast trucks, roller bearing wheels. But look at those graphics, very crisp. The doors on these do not open, which might be a downfall for some people. But if you look at it this way, if they made them so they did open, they probably wouldn't be able to make them look as prototypical as they did. And again, the graphics is very crisp, very detailed. Sorry for the shaky video, I'm doing this. There we go. So on the 86-foot high cube box cars that Lionel made, you will notice that, hey, they have done the correct excessive height car markings on it. Any piece of railroad equipment, by the way, that is excessive height must be marked excessive height, and the top portion of the rail car painted in white. Your auto racks are done in the same fashion. This is so the yard master can look out in the yard and see all the white fronts on them, the top portion of the cars, and then he automatically knows that these things cannot go down any tracks that have low clearance bridges. So it does make it easier for them to identify excessive height cars in the yard of other railroad equipment. So here we have the underside of the DT&I. And as you can see, it does have the rotating wheel bearing caps. They do feature die-cast trucks, metal wheels, metal axles, and the Kinetic Couplers. So here is Lionel's Kinetic Coupler. It works as a Y design. It moves in a Y motion. These are made to go around sharper curves. Lionel does say or state that these will go around an 054, but I have found they won't without these couplers getting stuck. So what happens in an 054, it comes out, and then this part of the kinetic coupler gets stuck on this plate, as you can see, and then it stays jammed up in that position until you turn it over and press down on top of this, and then it goes inside. This tang right here, oops, and I'll show you that too. This tang right here needs to be longer. And as you can see, it's stuck again. So I ended up converting my layout to 072, so I don't have to deal with that anymore. They do have the Thumbtack couplers, which many people don't like. The Kinetic Couplers are prone to couplers coming uncoupled, so just take a small rubber band and wrap it around in this area. I do have a video showing you that. And then I also have a video showing you how to fix the Kinetic Coupler if it's dropped down and rubbing the thumbtack on a third rail, which will short out your railroad. Moving forward, the underneath details aren't too bad. Does have air tanks. So if you're thinking that these things are too big for your layout, you can't go 072. Like I said, I had no luck running them on 054. But I did have the room to convert my layout over to 072, which I'm glad I did anyway. But if you're thinking that, hey, you know, these things are too big for me, there's more than one use for them. If you can actually probably might want to think about using these as a diorama. So you could probably buy a couple of these and stage them in front of a warehouse like they're getting loaded. And I think that would be pretty cool if you really like these Lionel 86ft high-cube boxcars. But these new DT&Is are a perfect addition. And they made a couple other different road names, I think 3 or 4 more. I think there's there's CSX, Union Pacific, and I forgot the third one already, or the other one. But these are a great addition if you're running a high cube boxcar train or an auto parts train. On another note, Lionel did introduce a high cube boxcar train set a couple years back. They called it the Big Blue high cube boxcar set, and features a Lionel Legacy SD70 Mac as part of the set, and it included 4 different road names of 86-foot high cube boxcars. So thank you for watching another Dakman Productions video. And like I said, I wanted to include some fun facts about the 86-foot high cube boxcars in this video, although, you know, a couple have already been done. And so I will end the video by watching this Lionel Conrail Big Blue high cube boxcar set in action.